Welcome to Sad Clown Outdoors. Today we're talking about how do we raise the baby chicks until they're ready to go out in the big coop. So first and foremost, they need a heat lamp. They have red lamps that are nice heat lamps, and they'll raise them from anywhere from a day old up until they're ready to go out in the coop. You'll see these guys are mostly feathered. They're about 8 weeks old, but all I do is adjust the heat lamp from being really low where they're catching that heat, and I'm backing it off as they grow up, because chickens need to be around 110 degrees and they drop like 5 degrees in tolerance, or they gain 5 degrees in tolerance every week that they're alive. Now these guys are at 8 weeks, so that's decreased enough, and it's summertime now, so the temperature versus where they're at feathering wise, these guys are fine on heat. They have a large watering container. That's easy for the 1 day olds to reach. But at this age, they're starting to really get it messy and get cramped in their space, and they need more space than they do access to the water. So I just put this in. It's just a Costco jug that I put some feeders on. That I stole from somebody who already did it. I don't know, 8 birds ago. But it works really well to teach them to peck at silver things, because out in the coop, the 20-gallon container I have has little silver things they have to peck at, so this trains them to do it. While they learn, they still have the other one accessible, but within 2 days, they'll have figured this out, and I can take the other one out. Now, when they're first born, and they're only 1 day old, you need little feeders like this that they can access right off the ground and learn to eat from. I still have one in there that has grit. And grit are just tiny little rocks that they eat, and then they store it, not so much in their stomach, they have a little pocket for it, but their food goes in there, and this helps them grind it up, since they don't just sit there and chew their food, they just peck it and swallow whole. And as they age, this grit can get bigger and bigger. It's just rocks. But the big flat shavings of bedding are the best. The little finely grained stuff is like a respiratory issue for them. They can inhale it, they can have problems. It's harder for them to walk on than the bigger stuff. I recommend you just get the big pine shavings and go from there. This is a standard dog crate, extra large I think, had laying around. So it works very well to keep them contained. I do wrap it in chicken wire for the first, I think, 2 weeks until they're too big to fit through the holes. And then I take it off. It's a little pain to deal with, but it definitely takes care of the chickens. Now these guys are 8 weeks old, so about 10 to 12 weeks is where I'll put them out with the other ones, and I'll put a dog fence between, one of those little, expandable dog fences, in between them and the adults, so they can interact, but they can't harm each other for, a good hour. And then I'll slowly remove that. I'll just corner them down to 25% to where the bigger chickens can get on most sides of them, and then they're really close quarters with each other without pecking at each other, and then I'll remove it. Another thing is if you're going to introduce the chickens, never do it with 1 or 2, do it with 3 or more, because then they kind of group together, and then it's harder for the bigger chickens to pick on a group of chickens than it is for them to go one-on-one. See, she's already curious. That's the benefit of chickens, is they're a curious type, so they're wondering what's going on here. And I might have to add another zip tie just to drop that low enough, but I do know she can reach it. And they don't drink up water, they catch it and let gravity pull it down into their throats. So this is a bigger feeder. This is what moves up from that, and it holds a lot more food, so you're not filling it up every 12 hours. But yeah, when I get out into the main coop, I'll make sure and put out extra water and extra feeders that they can get access to. So if the big ones chase them around, they're always within water or food. So keep that in mind. So it's been about, 5 minutes, and she's already figured it out. The other ones will watch what she's doing and learn from her pretty quickly. So don't be too concerned. They'll find their water. Remember, like and subscribe. Thanks for tuning in.